No, it's not society which has to do that. It has the children who has to do that. Parents don't need anything from you. They just need respect. That's also not to be shown constantly, but they also need some time, 10 minutes of somebody listening to you. I'll miss the old system, not style. I don't want to be called by you or your younger audiences, Uncle Ji, मैं आपको बताता हूँ Instagram कैसे चलाना है. That's why I tell people not to call me veteran, thespian, legend. I come from a background where people said that if you run fast and you will come first, you will get an award. I think that I have started this trend of bald is beautiful, and I'm very happy about that.
A Young Man was launched in 1984 to play a much older man in the now iconic Saaransh. When he was older, he played a much younger flamboyant dost in Lamhe. Then, an evil mama, a sinister villain, a bad man, a good man, a comic actor, all of it emerged from the same cloth. Yes, Anupam Kher is Mr. Versatility and more. His 500 plus films and his endless awards, as you can see behind me, bear testimony to the fact. Today, life comes a full circle for Anupam as he plays a common man struggling to beat the system yet again in The Signature. And he's had his share of ups and downs, but that's life. Meet my friend Anupam Kher as he joins me in conversations with me, Omar Qureshi, today. Anupam, welcome to the show Conversations with Omar. So tell me about The Signature, the movie you done recently. Did it remind you of Saaransh because it's about the common man?
First of all, I'm very happy to meet you after such a long time, and I'm glad that you started this show box yourself. Very good, and congratulations on it. So, Signature is when I started shooting, it was my 525th film.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. So, I'm on my 542nd film now.
Wow.
In the last 10 years, I have moved from making my job easy to making my job difficult. Because having done so much work, you tend to become competent. But I also realize that if you are competent, you can never be brilliant. Because competency comes easily, and I like it when I get nervous, because then I will give my best. After COVID, this script came to me. Gajendra Ahire, who is the director of the film, who came with the script. It's based on a Marathi film called Anumati, and it was about a man whose wife is under ventilator, and he has to give his signature for the DNR form, do not resuscitate, and because of COVID and pandemic, we had gone through so much. Nobody in the world was a person who had not seen or felt a sick man. And I wanted to do this very, very realistic manner. I wanted to be that man. And when you do a film where you want to be the person that people forget this is Anupam Kher, after your 524 films are done, it's difficult. When I did Saaransh, I was nobody. And so everybody believed, and I was 28-year-old. So everybody believed that this man is the old man and he is going through all that. But then I wanted to make it, and I'm glad that people have reacted to the film like that. Why it reminds you of Saaransh? Because the person is real.
Yeah.
Over there, B.V. Pradhan was real, and over here, Arvind is absolutely real. Yeah. And the pathos is there. He's fighting the system. I'm representing the middle class man.
Yeah. But also the fact that it addresses a very important issue. Like, do you think that as a society we need to do a lot more for our senior citizens?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I had raised this question 40 years back.
Yes.
So when I was not in that category at all. No, it's not society which has to do that. It has the children who has to do that.
Yeah.
We can't keep on blaming something like this on the society. Society is made of people, of human beings, of sons and daughters. And they need to treat their parents with a little bit of dignity and a little bit of compassion.
Right.
And especially more, my father went through a retirement depression for 3 years when he officially got retired.
Okay.
Because 58 years old is nothing. You're 58-year-old, you just start the life. And you're officially told, which is a system because new people have to get the jobs. Is officially told that, okay, now you are not capable of continuing the work. But in the system, he or she is not ready to accept it. So you go through that, and then also the family members also treat them like a man who is useless now.
Yeah.
But that's, having said that, I still come from a joint family. I still come from a lower middle class family. But in big cities, because now you have nuclear families, and also because both the parents have to work, both of them, both the husband and wife have to do the jobs. There is nobody to look after the grandchildren. So their job is primarily to do that.
Yeah.
So I will want through you say to people that parents are the biggest assets of your life.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, you take parents maximum for granted. Parents don't need anything from you. They just need respect. That's also not to be shown constantly, but they also need some time, 10 minutes of somebody listening to you. I think I'm some product of my parents' blessings. My mother still lives with us. God give her long life.
God bless.
Yeah, and it's such a wonderful joy to have her.
Yeah.
And also, there was a very wonderful story, I must share that with you, that there was this guy who had kept his mother in an old people's home. And then she was on her deathbed, and so the son visited her, and she said, "Beta, the paint is peeling, the AC is not working, or the fan is not working. They put these bad bed covers over here. So get them get them made properly because it's not right." So he said, "But mom, you're not going to live here for a long time." She said, "No, I'm saying it for you. When your son will send you to an old people's home,
Okay.
at least you will have a better organized place."
Yeah.
So I think that system which is abroad of old people's home and or the homes should not be here. We should give main love and listen to them. That's what I feel.
That's fantastic. Truly fantastic. That's a great thought.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
And on a lighter note, I will ask you because you were in Pardes.
No, not Pradesh.
Yeah.
I was with Mahima. I did 2-3 films. Hope and a Little Sugar. I did one more film with her. Not in
Okay.
Pradesh.
But there's a mild flirtation. It's because she's your classmate
Yes.
in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a mild interaction between the
Yes.
two. So you stole Shah Rukh Khan's heroine away.
No, in that sense, then I've done a lot of such stuff. Not necessarily. But I think Mahima did this role when she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So she used to meet me at in the aircraft. She used to meet me at the airports, and we used to say, "Let's work together." I liked her zeal of life. I liked her.
Yeah.
She was full of life. So one day when we were casting for this film, we are the part producers of the film. I said, "Yeah, Mahima ko lete hain." So I called up Mahima and I said, "Mahima," I was talking to her and there was too much noise going on. I said, "Mahima, move away from there. I can't hear you what you're." She said, "I'm in the hospital." I said, "Okay, I'm sorry." I thought she was there for her father or mother. I said, "Okay, just listen. I want you to do this role. It requires 3 days and come to Lucknow if you can come after 10 days." She said, "No, I can't." Then she told me that she's bald and she has no hair and she's diagnosed with breast cancer. I said, "All the more reason for you to do this, because divert your attention." And she came and then she did the scene also without her wig. But this is one of her finest performances.
It is.
And I think the flirtatious part of it is between the two colleagues who could have been together.
Yes.
And
who the wife
that's the
was
beauty
jealous
of
of.
it.
Yeah.
We don't show something like this. We make either a very obvious old people like Shauqeen type of film where they are lusting for this young girl, but over here they are reminiscing their past times, and it's she who is talking about it more.
Anupam, you also worked with directors from different generations now, over your period of your career. How have the styles differed over the years? Like, do you miss the old style that...
I'll miss the old system, not
Okay.
style. I think we were very much together when there was no mobile,
Yes.
when there were no vanity vans, when there were no managers and PRs and bodyguards. There was a one-to-one connection. I think those
Absolutely.
relationship,
Yeah.
we know each other from that time, and not every time it was a great relationship, but we still have mutual respect for each other because human connection was there, human relationships were there. Um, we used to sit and chat. Yashji's, all the assistants, all the co-directors, I had great relationship. Even actors, we used to not have makeup vans, but we'll sit under a tree, get ready, and because there was no distraction, I'm not criticizing the internet revolution. That's part of growing up. That's part of becoming what we need to become. But since cinema is about emotions,
Yeah.
and if there are no emotions, means look at the friendships that we had. The friendship with Amir, Shahrukh, Ajay, Mithunda, Anil, Jackie, Sridevi, everybody. Even the assistants, even the art directors, everybody was. But now you finish your shot and you are onto it. You finish your shot and you get into the van. I don't think they have relationships as beautiful as
I
we have.
remember I used to meet you at your various shootings. So Yashji's set of Vijay in Mud Island next to the pool.
Yes.
And everyone sitting and having lunch by the poolside.
Yashji's set was completely different.
And then Mehboob Studios and Subhash Ghai, Ram Lakhan set. And we used to come and sit, and there used to be a separate table for Rakhi ji's fish curry.
Absolutely.
And the rest of the food spread out.
Means I can name the journalists from that time, you, Ashwin, Bharti, Bhavna, all Jyoti Venkatesh, all this, we know that. So the relationship was different. In today's time, I miss that.
You miss that.
Professional, but then professionalism is there. The assistants are now talking on walkie-talkies. Just because the scripts are written on Movie Magic app does not mean that every script that comes to you is brilliant. Out of 540 films, I think the script that I have actually read from start to finish can't be more than 50 films. Rest was all narrated.
Yes.
A writer used to come and narrate you the script, and then every day, on the day of the shoot, you were given a scene and you will perform it. And you've done some great work, even in that system.
So, as an actor who focuses on his craft so much, has your prep changed to deal with today's time?
No, I was very fortunate that I come from a drama school. I'm a trained actor. So my craft, depending on all the kind of work that I've done. That's why I opened this school, acting school. My job has, or my craft has not changed. My passion has become more deeper because I like to reinvent myself. I don't want to be called by you or your younger audiences, Uncle Ji, मैं आपको बताता हूँ Instagram कैसे चलाना है, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. I can teach their grandchildren also how to work on this thing.
You're a master.
So you have to have that kind of a situation where that's why I tell people not to call me veteran, thespian, legend. These are the things there is no lifetime achievement award for next 20 years. I mean, people like to club you. People like to put you into a mold,
in a box,
in a slot. Slot you. And I won't let that happen.
Okay. And among the characters that you played, Anupam, like you played every kind of character. You played a father, you played a brother, you played a friend, a dark character, an evil villain, Dan Van ke saath, Changezi Lala, all of those. But what kind of role do you enjoy the most?
I think human conflict. Now I like Vijay. My next film, Vijay 69, is coming, or Signature was there. I like. I'm dying to do a comedy. I've not done a comedy for a long time.
Yeah.
We used to do so. I've done so much comedy. 5 times Best Comic Actor award I've got. Shola aur Shabnam, Hasina Maan Jayegi. Khosla Ka Khosla was not a comedy, but it was in that genre. I would love to do a comedy and or a yeah, I think there is so much to do. As I tell you that I'm in a phase where I would like to pick up a character and then do it in a different manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was writing down, what we're going to chat about, so I remembered the times when after every movie we used to meet you and we used to ask you to enact that character. So I remember the Bhabhi Ji,
Oh, जी
Bhabhi Ji,
भाभी जी कहाँ जा रहे हो जी महाराज जी ठोको इनको
no, the funniest thing was Bhabhi Ji, sweet Bhabhi Ji, Bhabhi Ji, बच्चे जी आग से खेलेंगे, and you set her on fire.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had great time.
That, then Beta, then Dil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
दिल है कि मानता नहीं.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to get into that romanticizing the past or nostalgia. I think there are some amazing work that is happening even today. But somehow the cinema of 90s has a great recall value.
That's why there's so much nostalgia for
Yes,
90s
exactly.
right now.
Yeah, I mean it's including I'll say दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे या कुछ होता है. They still, the romance was a completely different kind of a thing. I feel that yeah, it should be a little more fun. The fun is missing.
Yeah, but there's been a complaint, from certain sections of heroes. They say that you've been the coolest dad to Shah Rukh in most movies, and you've been the meanest dad to Amir. Hazari Lal.
No, to Madhuri also in Tezab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was not a good dad to her. But yeah, I think that question should go to Aditya Chopra. He wrote that character. In fact, in other film also, Chahat also I was a nice dad to him. But I have been all kinds of dads to every actor. I was not a very good dad to Ranbir Kapoor's Wake Up Sid. But the funny dad, the mean dad, I was in Dil was a different kind of a dad. I was wonderful dad to Pooja Bhatt in Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi or Daddy itself.
Yes. Oh yes.
Lovely film. It was fun. Means I have been means that I played a father to Hema Malini ji also. I played grandfather to Rishi Kapoor, and so people ask me that you don't look old. I was always old, so I will never look old.
Yeah. No. You were much younger when you played dad to some people who were, I think, much older than you. Hema ji and
all the time.
Yeah. You've also been a great friend of all the journos. You've been a great voice, listening to people, talking to them, and everyone could call you. And everyone used to say Anupam Kher for a quote, for anything that's happening. Cricket match जीता, World Cup जीता, Anupam Kher से quote ले लो, हाँ, अभी भी है ना? Yeah. But there was one sour note you hit. So do you have any regrets about, the entire industry and I got together on one side and the media was on one side? Do you feel?
I think there are some incidents which happen in life which sort of are important at that stage of your life. But but I always feel that I could have sort of reacted in a different manner. I'm from a small town man. I'm a small town boy. To me, self-respect and dignity is very important. I have made it on my own. I've come from gutter and I have gone through rigmarole of life. I have slept on the platforms, I have slept on the beaches, and then something like this happened. To me, I think at that time, self-respect and dignity was much more important. But if I isolate that emotion and just look at the action, then of course, we are friends now. We are friends. You and I have attended courts together. I have been on this side of the court and you have been on the other side of the court. I remember so many times. But if we made up and then society gave me the cover. And so I think life is what happens once you have gone through that incident. So if both of us are sitting together and talking about that, then I think that's what is the humanity all about. And that civility. Is what is change all about. That's what is compassion all about.
In the industry and the media, how much has changed today according to you? Like, so much has changed. There was just print and then there was...
Look, to give an interview to somebody, people have to go through 10 channels. You did not have to go through any channel. You called me up and said, Anupam, I want to do a chat with you. I said, okay. I told my manager, I said, Omar is going to call you up. I'm going to do this. But there is a system now. You see, though you will never see me with, I've been given a security by the state. That's a separate person that I have a security guy. But you will never see me with uh, uh, people traveling with me, 7, 8 people walking with me. Means I don't need a hairstylist or I don't need that. But you see a paraphernalia. It's become a kind of a need of this thing. But I feel when this is not there, when you go through a low phase, suddenly an entourage of 12 people gets down to 4 people, the awareness of failure will be much more visible. 8 लोग कम हो गए. मेरे को वो टेंशन ही नहीं है. मैं अकेला चलता हूँ, तो अगर काम मिले ना मिले, अच्छा हो बुरा हो, एटलीस्ट मुझे उसका एहसास नहीं होता है.
So, everyone has to go through agencies and, all of
That's
that.
okay. That system
That's
is
fine.
okay. But actors and the people who are going through agencies should not take themselves so seriously. It's ridiculous sometimes. It's funny. It's comical.
Also, Anupam, you've been everyone's best friend, everyone's 2 a.m. friend. किसी को भी problem है, actor, producer, director, they call you. They've always called you. So, how do you find the time? You devote so much time in work, and then you have the time to counsel people. Like actresses used to call you when they went through breakups, and actors used to call you when they had an issue.
My grandfather used to say, a busy man has time for everything. I think I'm a people's person. And I don't take myself so seriously that I have, means I'm not carrying the burden of Anupam Kher on my shoulders. I think it's and my father used to say the easiest thing in the world is to make somebody happy. You just have to listen to people. I come from a joint family, as I told you earlier. I come from smaller towns where people listen to each other. And I still do that. The only difference is that I also write books now on life coaching. All the 3 books have done very well. And I think I was born with an old soul.
No, I don't think so. I think
No, even when I was in drama school, even in my husband college, I used to give advice to people. I don't know what has got to do with that. But I think now I'm becoming more and more without making it sound like a lecture, because the last thing people want to hear is a lecture.
Then you started the right school, an acting school where you can tell people what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, this is my biggest achievement. My school is my biggest achievement of my career. Because when I meet students of actor prepares in shoots, and recently, just 10 days back, I was shooting for a film, and there was a boy and girl. One of them was playing my son, and the other person was a secretary type of thing. And the son guy did his dialogues very well. So I said, that was very well delivered. He said, sir, I'm from your school. Wow. I was so moved. I was so happy because sometimes no award has made me so happy. But I like to do that. In my school, I learn myself much more than I teach.
Okay.
And it also keeps me a contemporary actor, because the children today, the students today, they have a different way. They may not be very, very sort of polished as actors, but they have a very different approach of acting. So I get to learn so much from them.
Yeah. But where do you derive your fun from? Who's your most fun co-star? Who's been your most fun co-star?
I'm funny with myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking it away from...
You and Anil Kapoor share a great...
I think we 3 were very dear friends, me and Satish and Anil. I think I will say that in the film industry, Anil and I are close friends in the sense that I can understand his issues and he can understand. And it's a wonderful feeling to have somebody like that in your life. You can't, when you cross a certain age, you can't tell your problems to your contemporaries, your children, your parents, because you don't want to give them grief. But with Anil, I think I'm very honest and very straightforward. I have 2 other friends which are not in industry. One lives in Delhi and one near Chandigarh, and I keep talking to them, because you ultimately need people who don't judge you.
Yeah. True.
And who do not pass a judgment on your sadness or don't get carried away by something. And you can crack jokes with friends which you know that they will know that they are jokes.
And you let him monopolize the mirror.
Yes. Oh, he even in a elevator which is from second floor to third floor. Even that time he will keep doing this. Ridiculous that is. But he looks so much so
Yeah.
good.
What's your take on today's hot topic, nepotism?
Frankly speaking, I did not even know what is the meaning of this word.
Yeah.
I had to go through the dictionary when and then.
What are you saying? Yeah.
I swear I come from a Hindi medium school. I do not know so many words. But at the end of it, what works is talent. And if your father is a producer, if your father is a doctor and you want to be a doctor or an engineer or a director, why not? But that's not the qualification which audience will look at it. They will give you that benefit that okay, you are so and so's son or daughter.
Yeah.
So they may say that okay, but at the end of it, if you're not good, it's not going to work. And as long as you're not harming somebody else just because you want your people to promote,
Yeah.
then it's fine.
And I think every industry now
हर जगह होता है बिजनेसमैन का बेटा बिजनेसमैन होता है डॉक्टर का बच्चे डेंटिस्ट के बच्चे मेरे को परसों मेरे ये कौन है जी मेरी बेटी है डेंटिस्ट है ये तो ये तो होता है हर जगह होता है
you practically have a series or a movie coming out every week now.
Yeah.
You know, and now you just mentioned Vijay 69 coming out on Netflix. Chunky Pandey, right? So is it true he's playing your dad?
No, no. You're a mean
You
guy.
look much, yeah.
No, he plays my friend.
Okay.
But it's a film which I'm very proud of. After Vijay's, after Signature, to have another film which is, according to me, a beautiful film. In between, it's Kabin Khosla Ka Khosla re-releasing. But Vijay 69 will talk when we are about to talk about that film. Yeah.
So after 40 years in the industry, so many decades and so many awards, we're just admiring all your awards. Do they still matter to you?
Yes, I like awards. I come from a background where people said that if you run fast and you will come first, you will get an award. If you study well, you come first, second, third. I was very bad in both of them. In fact, once my PT teacher saw me running, he said, even if you run alone, you will come second. So it was frightening. But I like awards. Now awards have are more of a social event. They I'm talking about the popular awards. So you may get an award for a film which you think in your heart that you did not deserve. It won't matter to you. But if you don't get an award for the film that you really deserve, and then you don't get it, you feel hurt. I go through that phase and then I move on.
Anupam, you started off as a very shy, reserved kind of human being. Like you said, you come from, like a smaller town and all. But today you become very outspoken. You don't take crap from anybody. You become a kind of voice for the people who don't have a voice. Where did that come from?
No, it was always there. I think it takes a little time to discover that you can't be popular with the whole world. You need to be popular with your own self. Which I mean is that I think if you stick to the truth, you don't have to remember it.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, it's you, your talent, your truth, which will make you feel what the kind of person that you are.
Yeah.
I've seen in this industry in these years that you cannot be popular with everybody. You make need-based relationships and then you move on. I have not done a film with Shah Rukh for so many years, but I think the kind of relationship bonding that we had, whenever we meet, we'll meet very nicely. But to say things what you feel is very important. लम्हे में एक डायलॉग था ना कि आपके दिल में जो बात हो आपको बोल देनी चाहिए. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या लगेगा, सामने वालों को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, मगर आपको तो अच्छा लगेगा कि आपने अपने दिल की बात कह दी. So बोल देना चाहिए.
लेकिन आपको अच्छा लगा, like were you threatened that he took his hair off in Jawan?
No. No. I think that I have started this trend of bald is beautiful, and I'm very happy about that. But I went through that phase of wanting to be an actor and you're losing hair. Now everybody wants to.
Everybody wants
to be bald. It's a bald and sexy look.
Yeah. You have a Hollywood series which just came out, and you have a little. You had this lovely place in New York City.
I had. It was a rented
It was a
apartment,
rented thing.
but it
yeah.
was beautiful.
I believe so.
It was beautiful. It was on Hudson River. It was
Yeah.
on 32nd floor, and the New Amsterdam really gave me. I had to come back because Kiran was diagnosed with cancer. I was signed for 5 seasons, but I had to leave after 2.5 seasons. But I learned a lot. It was a medical drama, New Amsterdam, which was on Netflix, and I don't think in English. I think in Hindi. So I had to learn. I was playing a doctor, a neurologist. I had to learn these tough medical terms, but it kind of gave me a education all over again as an actor. And living in New York for 2.5 years was
Amazing.
amazing, and discovering myself.
I love this.
I apply that now,
Yeah.
what I learned to what I'm doing off late. If you saw me doing signature in the way that I have done it, it's thanks to my time in New York and spent my time observing actors, and I've worked with some of the finest actors.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful city.
It
Like,
is
It
amazing.
gives
Yeah,
a lot
yeah. Oh
more
my
to you
God.
than it
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
from you. Yeah.
It
yeah.
is the Bombay and New York are the only two cities which have that quality.
Yeah. You achieved so much as an actor, Anupam. Is there anything you feel that you have left to achieve now?
Of course,
Yeah,
I've just reached my interval point.
Okay,
There's
wonderful.
so much to
Yeah.
do. There's so much to do. When a man is in his mid 50s and a lady in her mid 40s, they discover what kind of a person she or he is. Then you either like yourself for how you've dealt with your life, or you don't. I like myself. I've liked for what I've done as a person, as a human being, and also as an actor. And now there is so much to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure of what I'm what I'm doing as an actor. Earlier, I was wanting to prove a point to the world that look at me. I'm a gold medalist from drama school. Please don't take me non-seriously, etc., etc., etc. And I was also enjoying the journey of doing all kinds of things. But now I think earlier I was running fast nowhere. Now I think I'm going slowly somewhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. No, thanks so much. But before we end,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you for a one-line description of these four of your favorite directors that you worked with. So, Mahesh Bhatt.
In my play, I say a line. If life is a battlefield of Kurukshetra and me the questioning Arjun, Mahesh Bhatt is my Krishna.
Wow. Yash Ji, the lead Yash Chopra.
Yash Chopra was a family. He was my elder brother, which I did not ever have it. The last 10 years of Yashji's life, every morning when I was in Bombay, I used to spend with him having breakfast. He taught me so many things about life. He taught me so many things about giving. He taught me so many things about enjoying everything. And he used to remember millions of shero shairi.
Yeah.
For any given situation, he will have shero shairi. I would love to write a book on him because he was a great man.
Yeah. Subhash Ghai.
Swajji was this bombastic English speaking. He carries a lot of does with him,
Yeah.
you know. And
I know what you mean.
yeah, but I think on the whole, he gave me a stardom.
Yeah.
To give the role of Dr. Dang to an actor of Saaransh, I think needed guts and needed vision. He gave me that, and he pitched me against Dilip Saab, Nasiruddin Shah, Anil Kapoor, and Jackie Shroff, and alone this Dr. Dang.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dang is a creation of Mr. Subhash Ghai completely. I have not made any contribution in that.
Yeah.
In the sense, whatever he told me, I just did it, and I'm thankful to him.
But Subhash Ji also makes everyone act like him, exactly like him.
I was smart enough to sort of take something from him and add something of mine. Yeah.
And Suraj Bajatia.
Suraj Barjatia is God's own child. He is Buddha. I tell him that you are Buddha. And and right now you're asking me this question, I'm so fortunate to be working with them so extensively. Suraj Barjatia is the finest human being I have ever met. In fact, I call Rashri a temple. Whenever I feel low or whenever I feel sort of agitated, I go there. Suraj, as a director, from Hum Aapke Hain Kaun to Vivaah to that Salman's film to Unchai. What a growth! And he got the best director national award this year. I was so thrilled. I was so happy. And also equally he loves me, and I think he has great concern for me. I directed a film recently, which we'll talk next year. But I called him to see it, to watch it. There are only two people who called. I called Mr. Mahesh Bhatt and Suraj Barjatia, because I knew that they will tell me honestly what they think of it.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate to be working with these.
Yeah.
I've known them.
Yeah. And in our old tradition, you have to say one funny dialogue of yours.
क्या बात कर रहे, बोला तो है जी महाराज जी हैं
भाभी
भाग जा फिर भाग जा, वो that dialogue मेरे पास, in fact I, except for Dr. Dank's dialogue, I did not have any dialogue.
Yeah.
Except for people find it very funny in what I said to Pooja Bhatt, भाग जा बेटी भाग जा, मैं दुनिया का अकेला बाप हूँ जो शादी के मंडप से अपनी बेटी को लिए भागने के लिए कह रहा है, भाग जा पूजा बेटी, ऐसा something.
No, stuff like Lamhe, where you says you're looking at a Mercedes car and you're telling Anil Kapoor, तू इससे शादी कर ले, मैं इसकी बहन से शादी कर
कर ले. Even that one also, no, don't call my uncle retarded.
Yeah.
Some funny
hilarious.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Anupam.
Yeah,
like
it
such
was
an amazing conversation.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
All the
much.
best.
Yeah.